Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
So, what's next? Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this. Check out in-demand jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, apprenticeships, K-12 education, and student loan repayment nationwide. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org to learn more.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles.
Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange,
And not all our steaks are ribeyes.
but wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road.
Belts strapped and dreams packed.
No distractions,
No phones.
focused.
From here,
To there,
it's who we are.
Welcome into this IdahoSports.com Game Streams production of Magic Valley Game Night. Coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, Ideal, which is Idaho's college savings program, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Hi, everyone, and welcome in. My name is Dallin Fryer. I'm joined tonight by Tyson Chapman on the camera and on color commentary. Tonight we come to you live from Kimberly High School, where the visiting Sugar Salem Diggers take on the Kimberly Bulldogs. We have a high-level matchup tonight, Sugar being the number one team in the state. They've won 6 of the last 7 state championships, 3 in a row. And Kimberly, a team who has never won a state championship but has always been on the cusp of doing so. Really excited to have this opportunity tonight, Wyatt. I just was thinking of the defensive coordinator there, Tyson. There we go.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good one here tonight, especially with the storyline now that McCrae Bruning is now back into the game, recovering off that thumb injury or hand injury that he had. So that'll be interesting having him back in the lineup. I found that out yesterday. So we'll be able to see Titus Osterman in his rightful position at receiver. So that'll be exciting to see. It'll be interesting on the Sugar Salem side. Obviously really strong at running the ball and chugging down the field that way. See how they, if they're going to pass the ball right out the gate or if they're just going to do their ground and pound. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, should be a fun night to see with both offenses. Like you mentioned, McCabe Bruning coming back from injury. He was first team all conference last year at quarterback. Been dealing with that thumb injury throughout the year. Has played a little bit of receiver with the cast on. We were here the last time when they played Fruitland here at home. Saw a little bit of him, but we will see him back to his full capabilities at quarterback, which opens the playbook a lot for Kimberly. We will be back after the national anthem. Stay with us, folks.
Life can change. Your health insurance should keep up. Things like moving, losing your job or current coverage, or having a baby means you could qualify for new coverage and savings from a tax credit. At Your Health Idaho, you can compare plans and see how much you can save on your monthly premium. Make sure to apply and enroll within 60 days of the change. More coverage, less cost. Only at yourhealthidaho.org. See how much you could save.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks. All the way. Go. All the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Ideal. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. I love it.
College costs money.
Welcome back to Kimberly High School. We are just a few minutes away from kickoff between the number 1 Sugar Salem Diggers and the number 5 Kimberly Bulldogs. This is a cross-conference matchup, but I can tell you, I've looked at Kimberly's schedule. Like I said, we were here together their last home game in a game against Fruitland where they did not have McCrae Bruning at quarterback. Afterwards, Gunnar Beckstead came in, started the game at quarterback, had a great first quarter, and then almost disappeared. We soon found out that he broke his hand as well, so kind of some bad hand luck. And Titus Osterman came to the game. Titus last year was first-team All-Conference as a receiver. He was also first-team All-State as a linebacker. And so having him at quarterback, you talked about it a little bit earlier, briefed on it, that he did his best at quarterback. He really carried a lot for these guys and literally carried the load as he led the team in carries from his quarterback position. It is going to really open the offense up for Titus Osterman to be back at his rightful place as a receiver. Now, with Bruning being back, there are still a little bit of injury woes for the Bulldogs as senior running back and linebacker Johnny Millenkamp, who was first-team All-Conference last year as a linebacker and has really had a good season as the leading running back on this team, will not play with an ankle injury. So should see a lot of different players carrying the load for the Bulldogs. Keys to the game. What do we got for Kimberly tonight, Tyson?
Yeah, so the keys to the game for Kimberly by Coach Stilly himself. He said that their key is stopping Sugar's run game, get behind them, get behind the sticks, and make Sugar have to throw the ball. And then also a quick note is making sure that not only Ace Clark is running, but forcing them to have other people run the ball, because he's a really good runner himself, Ace Clark from Sugar.
Yeah, before we go to keys to the game for Sugar, let's talk about Sugar just a little bit. Quarterback Frank Fillmore, he has really stepped into the role of the starting quarterback for the Diggers with a lot of power back there. He is a dual threat quarterback, only 24 passing yards last week in their only loss this season to Star Valley in a game where they were up 21-7 going into the fourth quarter. Wouldn't have thought they would need to pass very much, but they gave up 21 unanswered in the fourth, ended up losing that one 21-28. On the season, though, 26 of 43 with 378 yards. So he's no slouch at throwing the football by any means. 7 touchdowns, 1 pick, but he does a lot of damage on the ground as he is the second leading carrier on the team with 43 carries, 243 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns as well. You mentioned Ace Clark. Let's talk about him for a minute.
Yeah, so Ace Clark, senior, has him listed at receiver, but last game he had 4 carries for 76 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 1 receiving touchdown. On the season, he has 15 carries and 123 yards with 5 touchdowns. So he gotta do a little bit of both, receiving and running, it looks like. Second team All-Conference at DB also, and also second team in wide receiver last year. So yeah, he'll be a guy to watch out for when the ball is in his hands, because he seems like by the stat sheet he could do a lot with the ball.
Absolutely, and even just through watching film this week, one thing that I noticed was Kimball Tonks, senior running back for the Diggers, he runs the crap out of the ball, for lack of better words. He runs. He carries the load. 51 carries on the season, 335 yards. Only 1 touchdown, though, because he kind of gets the team down the field along with Fillmore through his legs. But Clark is really the one that puts the ball in the end zone for the Diggers. We'll see how that goes for them tonight as we get this one started with Sugar kicking off. Deep to receive the kick is Joe Barrett for the Bulldogs. just an electric player for the Bulldogs as he takes this one from just in front of his end zone. He's going to bring it all the way out to the 32-yard line, 33-yard line, give him an extra yard. Joe Barrett, great player we will talk about tonight, and he is going to have to do a lot, especially with Millenkamp out. But with Bruning back at quarterback, his load suddenly becomes a little bit different. He is leading the team in receiving this year with 26 catches. Nobody else on the team even has 10. So you have to figure the Diggers are going to be keying on Joe Barrett tonight. We'll see what Bruning and the offense can do in his first possession as quarterback in his senior campaign. As he'll look to his right and throw to his left, this is Hernandez. Gets a block from Osterman out there and gains about 16 for a first down.
Yeah, and a nice quick play right there, just to pass to the outside. Nice run and a great block out in front to get that first down.
Yeah, we mentioned it. Titus Osterman, as great as he did at quarterback, he is not a quarterback. He is a receiver. He is a great blocker, not just an average blocker. He is a great blocker, and he shows it there, opening it up for Hernandez, who will need to have a big night as well, I would say. Ball swung to Osterman here. He's going to power his way for just about 8. On the season, Osterman, only 3 catches because he had to switch to receiver, or back to quarterback with the injuries to Bruning and Beckstead. But on the season, Osterman does have 47 carries for 185 yards. So he has done a lot on the ground, and he shows how good he can be in the open field as well. As this will be a handoff up the middle to number 7, Monroe Witten. Coach Dilly said there will be a plethora of running backs tonight for the Bulldogs, and even with Millenkamp out, he still has a lot of confidence in these Bulldogs running backs tonight, and we see it there as Witten powers for the first down.
Yeah, you just got to hope that these running backs can, push the ball down the field, something that they can hopefully rely on and not just McRae throwing the ball.
Everybody on the line to the left for the Bulldogs, as this will be a swing pass to Barrett, but the Diggers sniff it out for a loss of 2 on the tackle. First one there, I should say, on the tackle was Latrell Markle for the Diggers.
Yeah, good defensive awareness on that.
The Bulldogs running this no-huddle offense that they have been working throughout the season. But obviously the playbook, like we said, opens up a lot with Bruning back in as he's going to be brought down. First to make contact was number 67, Braxton Hawks. And bringing him down ultimately was number 17, Walter Fillmore. Walter Fillmore, known as Walt to the team, so we'll call him Walt tonight as well. He is the leading tackler on this Sugar Salem Digger squad, only a sophomore, and brother to quarterback Frank Fillmore. We will say his name a lot tonight. Pistol formation is Bruning, as he'll drop back on this 3rd and long. Gets away from the first tackler as he's going to chuck this one deep to Osterman, but it's just going to be out of bounds, as this will result in a 4th and about 14 from there, from the plus 44. Obviously, have to figure they'd be going for it here in this situation, but
yep.
Hunt a thought as well, but it doesn't look like they're going to do so.
Yeah, looks like they're going to go for it.
Looks like they're going to re-spot the football here. Give them an extra 6 inches or so.
Yeah.
Bruning in the shotgun, 5 wide. Never know, you could see a quick kick here, so Sugar does have number 6, Josh Peterson deep, the junior wide receiver, just in case of a quick kick from Bruning. Looks like he is going to come back in, though, a little bit. Bruning will throw for this one, and he's going to throw it to Witten, who's going to go all the way to the 13-yard line. Great catch there from Monroe Witten. I wasn't sure that he was going to be able to reach it.
Yeah, no, really good throw there also by Bruning, finding the little basket. And a great catch, too, right there. Great first down. Huge play right there for Kimberly.
Yeah, Witten, not a ton of action this year. He does have 20 carries. He is second behind Millenkamp in carries for the running back, so he has seen the biggest load. Not many catches on the season, though, as he'll take the handoff up the middle here. Nice little push for about 3 by the Bulldogs offensive line. And they'll go back to the hurry-up offense. What a difference that play makes. Sugar could have had the ball on the 44-yard line if that goes incomplete. Who knows how fast they score? Who knows how long that possession could be because of how much they run the ball. Instead, the Bulldogs are here in the red zone.
Yeah, huge play on that one.
They still can get a first down without scoring at the 1. Bruning's going to look into the corner to Osterman. Jump ball is a touchdown. 8-yard touchdown catch from Titus Osterman. Thank you, McCray Bruning, says Osterman.
Yeah, and that hand's looking just fine. Throwing that ball right into Osterman's hands. Easy touchdown for Kimberly right there.
And what a first drive from Bruning, showing, yeah, I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
Extra point is good. 7-0 is the lead for Kimberly. You know, I don't really know if I knew what to expect. We talked about it a little bit off camera of what to expect from McCray Bruning. Obviously, great player, always has been throughout his high school career. Last season, the stats backed it up. He threw for a ton of yards. He threw for a ton of touchdowns, 27 touchdowns, almost 2,000 passing yards.
Yeah.
Obviously slings the ball. But you mentioned it off camera before. We were wondering, I mean, a thumb doesn't just like magically heal, and he was in a cast. We watched him basket catch a ball the first week that we were like, wow, it's probably pretty hard to catch a ball with the cast on. And then he didn't miss a step in that. Wasn't afraid to run a little bit. Threw an absolute dime to Osterman for the touchdown.
Yeah, it looks like he has all of his confidence in throwing the ball, which is really, really great for Kimberly, and I know they're happy about that. And
now, how will Sugar respond? I mean, they probably didn't expect Bruning to play in this game. Like we said, it just was made known to us very late last night. And will this set the Diggers off? I mean, they have won 6 of the last 7 state championships, so they have everyone. It's them against everybody. And they will start their first possession here at the 24. Sugar Salem, they are coached by Coach Tyler Richens. In his 12th season with this squad, has done only state championships. He has only won his entire time here, and it's no different this year as they're 3-1 on the season. Only loss, like we said in the pregame, was last week to Star Valley, a game where they led for most the entire game, but gave up 21 unanswered in the 4th. You know that leaves a bitter taste in their mouth, and they are looking to take it out here on the road against Kimberly, as they will have 3 backs behind Fillmore. Fillmore will give this to up the middle to Tonks for a gain of about 4. And that's pretty much all that the Diggers want to do with Tonks, is get 4 to 6 yards every single time to start the drive, give them good second and short, third and short, opening up the field for Fillmore and Clark.
Yeah, it's a really good way to, take your time on offense and push your way down the field, because before you know it, the defense will have the end zone right at their heels.
Yeah, much different pace of play from these two teams, as Tonks will take the carry up the middle again. He's going to power his way for the first down. 2 carries, 10 yards for Tonks early. And like I said, two very different styles of play. Kimberly, running that no-huddle offense, really wants to throw the ball as much as possible. They're not too worried about setting a ground game. They use screens and quick passes more as their running game. Whereas on the other side, Sugar is the exact opposite. They're going to huddle up every single play, and they are going to run, as this will go to Clark on the sweep, as he's going to bounce this one. Stiff arm all the way to the sideline, as he's going to get a gain of about 6 on the play, almost 7.
Yeah, the pancake stiff arm on that play. And good running right there also.
Yeah, we won't shout out who it was that got stiff-armed.
Yeah, no.
But he is standing again, so that's good.
That's good. Yeah. Good ball running so far for Sugar.
Yeah, and you see why Clark is as touted as he is and why he is a player to key on tonight. As this will be handed off to Tonks once again. Looks like he is going to have just enough for the first down, a gain of about 4. Like I said, it's all they really want to do with Tonks, and it takes a lot of clock off. Got to give him credit because that's not always the most fun role to be in.
Yeah.
But he clearly embraces it and has throughout his time at Sugar.
Yeah, no, not all the glory, but definitely putting in that work to show why these guys are always at the state championship.
And we're far enough in the season now that I won't talk about who they lost from last year, but there were a lot of players that they lost from last year. And Tonks is one of those that has really stepped up and shown the tradition and the culture that the Diggers have had all throughout Coach Richens' time. As Tonks take it up the middle, it looks like it's going to be a gain of 8 as the clock continues to tick. They've taken just about as much time in these 5 plays as Kimberly did in their 8 or 9 plays for a touchdown drive. And there is nothing wrong with that for Sugar's pace. Only thing is you need to make sure that you are not getting behind in this game at this pace, and you need to score every possession. As Clark will take this one. He almost is brought down in the backfield, but still manages to find his way just short of the first down is what it looks like, though.
Yeah, and a little bit better job by Kimberly's defense to go in there for a gang tackle. More guys to the ball that time, it looked like.
Yeah, we don't have official height and weights on either team, unfortunately. I really wish we did, but we do not. All right, sorry for those audio technical difficulties, but there was a hold on the carry. Negates the play. They knew we weren't, having audio on our broadcast. They wanted to make sure we got action in the third down play as it will shoot back to 3rd and 7 for the Sugar offense. We'll see if they actually throw their first pass of this first drive. I would have to think it's 4-down territory as well. They do not go 5 wide very often, but they typically do in these situations. As Fillmore will take the snap, 3-step drop, draw up the middle, as he's going to break the first tackle and going to power his way almost all the way for the first down. Great run by Frank Fillmore there.
Yeah, a little draw, and then just kept dragging those defenders almost to the first down.
You could see Titus Osterman for the Bulldogs clapping his hands together because he was the first person that missed the tackle on Fillmore in the backfield. I think he was shocked that he got past him as Fillmore just kind of slipped through and then carried a few tacklers as well. Again, we do not have official height and weight, but he is definitely the tallest person on the field is Fillmore. Osterman just about the same height. I'd have to guess that's like 6'3", 6'4", as Fillmore's going to take this up the middle, but I think this was stopped on 4th, and it's going to be a turnover on down. I'm going to give that one credit to the nose tackle, which I'm trying to see the number. I believe that was number 50, Ira Mitten. Ira Mitten got an absolute push on that, knew it was coming, and the linebackers, Titus Osterman and company, filled the gaps. Great play there by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, excellent plug on defense right there by the Bulldogs. Yeah, just stopped them flat in their tracks. Turnover on downs. Now we're going to see the offense for Kimberly.
Bruning incomplete to Joe Barrett. That was a little dangerous as Clark was there looking to make the stop. Bruning in the pistol here, 3 wide to the nearest side as he will look right and throw to Osterman, who gets blown up immediately. Great play there by Wayne Caffrey.
Yeah, and Caffrey was there, but there was still 3 or 4 other diggers right behind him ready for that tackle if he wasn't there to make it. So that was just good defensive pursuit by Sugar on that one, too.
Yeah, on the season, the Sugar defense is only allowing 14 points per game, as they have really not let the ball go down the field very often. If you take out the fourth quarter of last week's game, you could even lower that point total as well. 3rd and long for the Bulldogs is Bruning will roll to his left, and he gets pounded. Oh, Joe Barrett tips that one right into the arms of number 7, Ben Hegewald. As he was just about to throw, had a big defender in his face. I think that was number 74, if I'm not mistaken, Dax Robury. As Robury put his hands in the air, Bruning nowhere to throw other than right higher than him, which resulted in a tip from Barrett right into the hands of Hegewald. Great catch by him.
Yeah, just unlucky tip. Great catch, though.
And it's almost just a brand new, it's almost like they're starting their possession right where they ended it, are the diggers here.
Yeah, nearly.
Run right up the middle for Fillmore as he's going to, looked like he fumbled the football. I don't know if he was down right before or what they're going to say. It looks like it is going to be a turnover.
Wow.
Back-to-back turnovers from both quarterbacks, as neither team really turns the ball over much. Last season, Bruning only threw 5 interceptions, and on the season, according to the stats I had, I don't believe that Fillmore has lost a fumble yet this year.
Yeah, no, I saw the same thing. I haven't seen any fumbles from the quarterback side on Sugar, so that's a rare occurrence, especially both turnovers back to back.
And nonetheless, Bruning will start in the pistol. He's going to hand this one off to Witten. Witten's only going to get a yard or so. Great block downfield by number 70, Evan Gearhart. Took his defender a few extra yards with him. I do notice looks like a cast on the right tackle, number 72, Grayson Whittam. Good on him for staying out there. That's not an easy job to do with a cast as the right tackle for Kimberly.
Yeah, all power to him down in the trenches.
Look right, fake left, and up the middle is Bruning as the diggers sniffed out that screen. And Bruning still able to get about 5 there, setting up a 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs here. 5 wide on this 3rd and mid. Hard count to no avail as they're going to look to the sideline once again. Feels like this first quarter is just absolutely flown by. Only 1:20 left and counting on the clock as Witten will join Bruning in the shotgun along with Osterman coming back to his tight end position, it looks like. Bruning. I think he expected the ball to come. Center did not have the same cadence as him, and they're going to move back 5 yards. This will set up a 3rd and 11.
Yeah, and that's the type of miscommunication you don't want, especially on this down.
And that's one thing with the hard count, as the first play before looked like the only 2 people that knew that the snap was supposed to be coming was Bruning and their right tackle. Does bring Joe Barrett back onto the field, though, as he was off the field before for that 3rd down. He will stay on this near side along with all of the receivers. As it's going to be a draw left. Bruning nowhere to go, though. There is going to be a flag. I think that's going to be a hold. I don't know if they will take the penalty or not, as this will set up 4th down. We'll see if they want to go 3rd and 20 or stay with 4th and 10. And they're going to decline that penalty. 4th and 10. You know, after a really dynamic first drive by the Bulldogs and then what seemed like a pretty established drive by the Diggers, things have really slowed down on both sides.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it starts on Sugar's defense right now. They're doing a really good job of pursuing the ball and also not – that last play is a great example of not biting on that quick pass and those defensive linemen getting in the backfield and getting after Bruning.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I think that's a great call because they really haven't that first drive, I mean, maybe they didn't expect to see Bruning out there, some shock, but also Bruning had some great plays within that as well. A couple 4th down conversions. As this punt will go out of bounds, it looks like we'll see where the side judge spots it, but I think it's going to be right around the 35. As he's going to walk all the way back. Actually, better position than I expected it to be. Right at the 30. Maybe we'll take this minute just while they're coming onto the field and thank a few of our sponsors. We're thankful here at IdahoSports.com for our power boosters at Kimberly. Our power boosters are Stanley, the Roof Resource, and Vitaglow of Idaho. At Sugar Salem, Grand Peaks Affordable Quality Healthcare, Pocock Trucking, Taylor Chevrolet, Crapo Trucking, the Roof Resource, Flam Funeral Home, Sunglow of Idaho Inc., and Pro Pete Fertilizer. As this will be a handoff up the middle to Tonks, as he's going to get just about 7 on the play. Great run by Tonks, as this will be the end of the first quarter. Kimberly leading this one 7-0 over the Diggers, with the ball when we come back.
When it's time to get health insurance, Your Health Idaho is the place to go. It's Idaho's health insurance marketplace, where you can shop and compare plans from well-known insurance companies and lower your monthly premium with a tax credit you can't get anywhere else. Plus, certified local agents can find you the right plan for free. More coverage, less cost. Only at yourhealthidaho.org. See how much you could save.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Make the memories that last a lifetime by owning the digital video file of this game for just $15. Just click Download Archives. Just click the Download Archives button and order yours.
Welcome back to Kimberly High School, as the Diggers are down 0-7 in this one, but they're going to hand it off to Tonks here for the first down to start off this second quarter. For those of you just joining us, in the first quarter, Kimberly got off to a great first drive courtesy of McCrae Bruning and company, as it resulted in an 8-yard touchdown pass to Titus Osterman from McCrae Bruning right about the 8:24 mark. At that point, Sugar started a really good drive, got stuffed on a 4th down attempt right around the 50-yard line. 3 plays later, Kimberly throws an interception. Next play, Fillmore fumbles. Kimberly gets the ball, and then Kimberly 3 and out. Punted, and this is where we are now with a 1st and 10, as this will go to Ace Clark, who runs over his own lineman, but only gains a yard. As one of the keys to the game that Kimberly's head coach, Coach Daly, talked about was making sure Ace Clark was contained, and so far they've done a decent job at doing so.
Yeah, I would say they've done an all right job. There hasn't been a whole lot of carries by Ace so far, but only really one really good run. so far out of him. But the rest have just been solid, good runs, both him and Tonks.
Fillmore has Tonks and Clark in the backfield with him on this one. He's going to option this one, but does not give it to Clark and keeps it. Big sack. We'll call it a sack, sure, by number 9, Brady Anderson, the senior, as he was not fooled by the fake to Clark.
Yeah, no, really good job of having his head up and not falling for the quick handoff and making the tackle.
And as a result, it will be a 3rd and 11 here, which again is not something that Sugar, you won't see them in the shotgun very often unless it is a 3rd and long, it seems. As Tonks and Fillmore are in the backfield together. Fake handoff as he's going to look deep to Clark here. Clark with an absolutely amazing catch on the sideline as he completely mossed the defender.
Yeah.
Great catch.
Yeah, and that goes back to our earlier conversation about Clark being both a threat running the ball but also catching the ball, and that's an excellent example right there of how deadly he can be down the field as well.
Yeah, great catch by Clark, as you might just see that on our IdahoSports.com plays of the week for this week. Great catch by Clark as he shows his athleticism there. He'll get a break on this play as Fillmore will hand it off to Tonks. No gain, though, as it seems like the Bulldogs are starting to key on Tonks up the middle.
Yeah, they're looking like they're doing a little bit better job containing the middle, or being able to control the middle a little bit better, I should say. Yeah, being more aware of Tonks coming up the middle. That's more apparent from the Kimberly defense now.
2nd and 11 as this will be option right as Fillmore will flip it to Tonks. This is going to be a gain of about 5. Give him 6 on the carry. Make it 3rd and 5 for the Diggers. First time we've seen them use the option. But with how much the Kimberly defense has been keying up the middle, not surprised to see it there.
Yeah. And Fillmore wasn't playing games with that one. He got the ball away and wasn't going to let the defense nab him again. So.
Yeah, last game, the Diggers 290 yards on the ground against Star Valley. They will go 5 wide here on 3rd and 6. Have to imagine it's 4 down territory. They do have a good kicker and Porter Tiekert. Oh, as Fillmore gets tripped up right there. He had a lot of room to spare. Probably would have been able to get the first down or close to it. But instead, this will be 4th and a long, or a short 5, I should say.
Yeah, that detrimental long step that he took. Just unlucky right there.
Yeah, Fillmore, again, no heights or weights listed here, but I'm going to eyeball it and say that he's about 6'3", 6'4", long legs, and just a little unlucky there as they'll go 3 in the backfield with Fillmore. Expect a hard count here, as instead he's going to fake and roll to his left, pass across the middle. This is caught, and it's going to go all the way for a touchdown. Number 9, Sam Chappelle, getting the scoring started for Sugar with a 27-yard touchdown pass from Fillmore.
Yeah, I think on that one, Kimberly got a little bit too used to the run on that one. A lot of guys coming forward, and just number 9 was able to slip in there and get the catch.
Porter Tucker with the extra point. The lefty puts it through, and it is 7-7 here in the second quarter, as Sugar basically does exactly what Kimberly did to start the first quarter, putting points on the board. Knotted up game here, as we will take a quick break to recognize some of our sponsors. Stay with us, folks.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Ideal. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. I love it.
College costs money.
Welcome back to Kimberly High School as we have a tied ball game between two of the 4A powerhouses of years, or as of the last couple of years. Last year, these two teams met just about 1 day removed from a year ago, on the 20th of September last year, as Kimberly was able to defeat Sugar 17-14, but in the state semifinals, Sugar took down Kimberly 27-0. Very familiar with each other, as they have both been very successful, as this will be a touchback. Great kick by number 8, Latrell Markle. I always love a good kicking game, and it's good to see kickers that know what they're doing as well. Both teams, good kickers on both sides.
Yeah, it's always a nice little luxury to have someone that can kick the ball pretty good.
7-7. I'm not going to say that I'm too surprised that it has been low scoring thus far. Both teams, great defenses. Again, Sugar's defense only allowing 14 points in the year. Kimberly's defense, 23 on the year, but they get Titus Osterman focusing a little more on defenses. He's their defensive leader, was all state last year, as he'll take a catch up the middle on this one for a gain of about 6, as he finds an open spot there in the Sugar defense, setting up a 2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah. Titus looked real comfortable right there, catching the ball, having some guys hanging on him. Get a little extra yardage, might as well. But
Osterman showing why he is one of the best players in the state, and Bruning, I would expect to be peppering him with targets, as Barrett has been doing most of the damage in the receiving, as this one's going to go just wide of Barrett. One of those timing throws.
yeah, I think a little bit rushed on that one, trying to get it out in time.
Looked like Bruning wanted that snap a little bit faster as well.
Yeah.
As he had a little bit of communication with his center. 3rd and 4, 6:51 left here in the second quarter on a beautiful night here in Kimberly. It's homecoming for the Bulldogs. Before the game, recognizing all of their youth football players, all of their youth cheerleaders. Love to see good community support, as both sides of the stands are very full. This one's going to go just wide of Hernandez, though, as I would expect a punt here from the Bulldogs once again.
Yeah, and that was a weird route right there. I couldn't tell if he had to cut back out on that route because McCray threw it behind him, or I couldn't tell, but
yeah,
weird route right
I was
there.
going to say, and I wonder if that's just one of those, Bruning hasn't played this whole year, and timing can just be a little different, especially in those types of routes, because like you said, it almost looked like he expected him to go out. Instead, he went in, and instead the Bulldogs will bring out the punting unit with only taking about 40 seconds off the clock. Looks like it might be a fake, and it is. I don't believe he got there, though.
Yeah.
Was Quentin Pettengill. I think he is going to be short. It's very close, though. They're going to give it to him. First down, Pettengill. I did not think he got there.
No, I agree. It was very, very close.
And even without a measurement, although that is right on the 40-yard line, or on the 30-yard line, so I guess they have a good view. I thought he got tackled maybe a yard sooner, but they had 3 officials right there on the ball.
Yeah.
So obviously many sets of eyes. And instead it'll be a first down for Bruning and company. Great fake punt by Pettengill.
Yeah. Excellent.
And if not, that would have set the Diggers up in great shape after a touchdown drive as well. Instead, first down and 10, as Bruning will give this up the middle to Witten. Witten breaks into the secondary. 11-yard run for Witten, as he has really been impressing tonight.
Yeah, excellent ball running right there, avoiding defenders and getting that first down, making it look pretty easy going up the middle.
Coming into the game, Witten, 20 carries for 68 yards. His long was 26 yards. He hasn't had that on the ground necessarily. He hasn't beaten his long, but he has put in the yards on offense in the running game, but has definitely done some work in the receiving game as well. As we have an injury, we'll take a timeout with you. Stay with us, folks.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Welcome back to Kimberly High School. We have a 7-7 ball game here in the second quarter. 5:55 and counting between two 4A powerhouses. Injured player on that last play was the center, Braxton Hawks, number 67. Was able to walk off on his own power just a little gingerly as well as he's getting checked out on the sideline. Hope for the best for him. 1st and 10, though, as this will be a toss right. Joe Barrett, can he outrun the defender? Yes, he can. Big hit by Braxton Tonks. Or Kimball Tonks, my bad. By Kimball Tonks. That'll be a gain of 3 as Tonks gets some recognition from his teammates.
Yeah, good running by Barrett, but good job to beat that first guy. That was very close, but just not enough to get that first down, obviously.
Yeah, Walter Fillmore was chasing Barrett. It all came down to foot speed, and I think Barrett paid the price for being just a little bit faster than Fillmore. Witten and Bruning in the pistol, as this will be a handoff up the middle to Witten. Nowhere to go this time for him, as this is really the first time that we've seen Witten not go anywhere.
Yeah, and as soon as he got the ball, he was already slowing down because that Sugar Salem defense had that middle all clogged up.
Give the tackle to number 60, Jonah Curtin. No gain on the play, as this will be a 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs, just south of their 45-yard line. Almost wonder if they're going to be going deep here, as a fan yells from the stands what he wants the play to be. We'll see if they see the same thing. As Bruning, I think they got a timeout before the snap, it looks like. Yep, timeout, Kimberly. We'll take the timeout with you after these short messages. We'll be back here at Kimberly High School. Stay with us, folks.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, apprenticeships, K-12 education, and student loan repayment nationwide. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org to learn more.
Becoming a power booster on IdahoSports.com is a great way for you and your business to be seen by tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of current and potential clients and customers. And the best part, it's 100% tax deductible. Just email sales@IdahoSports.com. Within 24 hours, your business can be proudly seen on your favorite school's team. Team schedules and rosters, conference standings.
Welcome back to Kimberly High School, as that pass will go incomplete on 3rd and long for the Bulldogs. Pass intended for Kenny Hernandez. Instead, it's going to be 4th down and 7 from their own 43. Looks like they are going to punt. We'll see if they actually go with the punt this time from Pettingill, as there was a pretty good fake last time. A little bit farther yardage here. I wonder if he'll roll and just kind of see what's open, as this time he actually is going to kick. Great punt as well, as there's nobody back there. This is going to go all the way to the end zone. Oh, kind of unlucky, as a great punt from Pettingill results in a touchback.
Yeah, good kick. The Gunners just couldn't get out there to maybe pin the Diggers back at the end zone. But great kick.
I was surprised that it bounced end over end as well as it did. Most of the time you see those kind of angle out of bounds the way that he did it too. I don't know why I somehow forgot that Pettingill was left-footed. So when he was rolling to his right earlier on that fake punt, I thought, oh, there's a way he might punt it. No, he's left-footed. And so obviously a little more standard punt type of setup that time.
Yes.
As the Diggers will set up shop from their own 20. 3 men in the backfield behind Fillmore, as he'll give this one off to Clark. Clark with nowhere to go. First contact was Osterman, it looks like, but he is still going to gain about 4 on the carry. Last week, only 4 carries for Clark, but he did have 76 yards on the ground and a touchdown. 2 touchdowns. And also had 1 receiving touchdown. That was about a 12-yard one early in the game for the Diggers. Fillmore once again with Tonks and Clark in the backfield behind him. He's going to fake to both of them. Look across the middle. Nobody open, though, but he does find a man with a little bit of extra time, and he could go all the way. This is number 25, Caden Nate, and he is going to go all the way for a 76-yard touchdown.
Yeah, unlucky not making the tackle for Kimberly right there. Open field tackling, huge deal right there. And gave up the touchdown on that play. Yeah, it seems like Sugar is doing a little bit of throwing and a lot of running, and that little bit of throwing has seemed to throw off Kimberly quite a bit.
Yeah, and it was kind of an extended play as Fillmore had to get out of the pocket. Great play as the PAT attempt is going to be good. Great play by Caden Nate, someone who we didn't necessarily mention in the pregame on the offensive side of the ball. I actually didn't mention him on the defensive side of the ball, but he was highlighted to us in my notes. I could see very well. I know I did write his name down when I saw it. I was like, I looked at his stats and I put him down. He was also someone that was highlighted by Coach Richens as somebody to watch on the defensive side of the ball because he is known as a pass rusher. He leads the team in hurries, which means getting pressure on the quarterback. He has 8 hurries on the season, only 1 sack, but 17 tackles. Not typically featured in the passing game. I'll be honest, I didn't even look at his receiving stats because I didn't think it was needed. And nonetheless, 76 yards on the catch. And
yeah, he must have known you didn't look at those receiving yards and had to show you what's up.
I mean, kudos Caden Nate, early candidate for our IdahoSports.com player of the game. Great catch by him. As we will see Markle once again doing the kickoff duties for the Diggers. We'll see if he kicks another touchback as he was close his first time and did so last time. This one's actually going to be a little bit shorter as it's going to be flipped from Pettingill to Barrett. Barrett's going to bounce off his own guy, and he's going to go a few more yards. Great return by Joe Barrett to get all the way to the 33-yard line. On the tackle was number 15, Oscar De La Torre. 2:46 here in the second quarter. No problem, though, for the Kimberly offense time-wise with their passing game and still having 2 timeouts. But you have to imagine they want to put points on the board because they do not get the ball in the second half. Sugar starts with the ball in the second half. You'd have to imagine Kimberly really needing to put points on the board as Bruning is going to be almost brought down from behind, but instead completes the pass to Osterman. This is going to be a big gain and great poise from the senior quarterback to stay in the pocket and absorbing the hit. Osterman with the big gain all the way down to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, McCray just looked a little bit more composed on that one. Even though with the pressure coming, he slung that ball right to Osterman.
And really one of the first times we've seen him throw across the middle throughout this game, as most of the passes have been across to the sticks. Osterman, another completed pass. There is a flag on the play, though. It's in the backfield. You'd have to imagine this is going to be either a hold, as it is. Hold on the play, negating the completion to Osterman. This will likely set up a 1st and 20 with 2:20 left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and a quick note, it looks like number 14, Eddie Paz, the kicker, he seems like he's moving around a little bit, trying to maybe get warmed up for a kick, it looks like.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. We saw him warming up from as far as 50 yards in the pregame, converting a couple of them short as well. Have to imagine his range sits somewhere between 40 and 45 yards. Paul's a great kicker. Middle screen here to Witten. Great play as they're going to gain just a little ahead of the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 9 after the 11-yard screen pass. Great blocking downfield by the Kimberly lineman.
Yeah, great picturesque screenplay right there. Yeah.
Looks like Braxton Hawks is back out there at center. Good to see him back out there as well. Hawks a senior. Someone you want to see play his homecoming football game. Timeout Sugar, it looks like. We'll take this moment to thank some of our power boosters from Kimberly, Stand Lee, the Roof Resource, and Vitaglow of Idaho. From Sugar Salem, Grand Peaks Affordable Quality Healthcare, Pocock Trucking, Taylor Chevrolet, Crapo Trucking, the Roof Resource, Flam Funeral Home, Sunglow of Idaho Inc., and ProPete Fertilizer. Are you interested in joining the team here at IdahoSports.com? We are always on the lookout for talented people that want to get involved in what we do. Salespeople, producers, camera operators, writers, photographers, even broadcasters. Tyson, his first year here at IdahoSports.com as well on the broadcast team. Tyson, how has it been so far?
I like it, yeah. First game was Hagerman and Logos over at Hagerman. Got a nice sunburn, but excellent experience going out there doing that. Obviously, this is what I went to school for, so I really enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely love having Tyson on the team. We have so many great broadcasters throughout the entire state of Idaho. If you would like to become one or any other part of our IdahoSports.com team, email editor@IdahoSports.com to find out more. 2nd and 9 here for the Bulldogs, as Burning will be joined in the pistol by Witten. Straight drop back as he's going to throw this one across the middle just over the head of Pettengill, I believe, as it is. Just a little bit deep, and we've seen that a couple times from Bruning tonight, just a little high on some of the deeper throws.
Yeah, and that was the cause for the interception in the last quarter. And hopefully that doesn't happen again. Keep throwing it high and tip the ball, get an interception. But common occurrence, it looks like, from Bruning.
Yeah, just getting dialed back in. He really is one of the best quarterbacks throughout the state of Idaho, not just at the 4A level, but all throughout it, as is Frank Fillmore on the other side for Sugar as well. Seeing some great 4A action tonight, as that'll be a run up the middle for Witten. It's going to set up a 4th and about, we'll give him 7. 55 seconds here. Obviously don't want to take too much time off the clock if you're Sugar, just in case you get the ball back. But at the same time, if you're Kimberly, you don't want to leave too much time for them in that case. Osterman going to catch this one as he's going to fight his way for a first down. Great play by Titus Osterman, knowing where the sticks were, cutting back inside and not trying to muscle his way, but rather finesse his way for a first down.
Yeah, and although you said finesse, he did use some muscle, and that was huge right there on getting the first down. Kimberly's been making some big plays that have been working out for him really well. And
yeah, I love a quote from Coach Daly as we were communicating with him throughout the week was, 1 or 2 kids are not going to beat Sugar. It's going to take everyone. And I think we're kind of seeing that tonight as Sugar is up 14-7 right now with 39 seconds left in the second quarter. Kimberly really has had to fight for everything, it feels like. Sugar, on the other hand, has had a couple big plays that have really been the difference, but you can see why they're as good as they are every single year. They really have built that culture and tradition. And even just looking at some words that we got from Coach Richens, he said that his team is young and inexperienced, but they're working to gain some cohesion, getting better every single week, and I think we're seeing a little bit of both of that throughout this game. We've seen some inexperienced moves. We've also seen some good team cohesion, even when there was, a tough play. We saw a lot of guys patting him on the shoulders. We've seen a lot of good comebacks from Fillmore after his fumble. Great touchdown passes. As this is going to be put right across the middle to Pettingill for another first down. 33 seconds on the clock to the 15. We'll see if they spike it here, if they're going to run a play. 5 wide for the Bulldogs from the 15 in striking distance, as this is going to be just over the head. Couldn't tell if that was originally intended for Barrett or if it was supposed to go to Hernandez, but regardless, it's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 with 25 seconds left from the 15. Again, we mentioned Paz earlier. Paz is a great kicker and definitely within his field goal range, as right now it would sit at about a 32-yard field goal. Have to imagine with 25 seconds left and still 1 timeout for the Bulldogs, they want to get closer and take a couple more shots towards the end zone as well. Still can't get a first down as well, as this will be a toss left for Witten. Witten with room to spare. He's going to go just short of the 4, and they're going to have to use that timeout. I think coaches would have liked to see him get out of bounds there.
Yeah, I'm thinking that the coaches did want him to go out of bounds on that play. Would have been nice to have that clock stop instead of doing the timeout, but
yeah, it changes things a little bit here for Kimberly, as they are out of timeouts now with 16 seconds left. Almost have to take a shot at the end zone here. Bruning cannot take a sack, as they are in field goal range if they would like to.
Yeah.
Have to imagine they would like to get in the end zone though, but any points regardless going to the half can make a difference, as Sugar will get the ball to start the second.
Yeah, Kimberly's going to find a way to try and get points on the board, and maybe they got something cooked up right here that'll maybe even up the score going into halftime, make it interesting in the second half.
Yeah, I have to imagine that Titus Osterman is somebody that they might be looking to. We've seen a lot of quick passes to him up the middle, but we also saw him catch a jump ball earlier today for a touchdown. It was about the same distance, too. It was an 8-yard touchdown. They're on the 6 right now. But a lot of room for Osterman, should they like to do so. We also, we mentioned Joe Barrett a lot in the pregame. Haven't seen a lot of completed passes to Barrett other than a couple quick screen passes. And we'll see what we're going to get from Kimberly here with 16 seconds on the clock, 3rd and 2. Little bit of confusion, it looks like, as Bruning is actually going to take this one up the middle. I don't think he's going to get it, though, as this could be the half, depending on what the flag is for.
Yeah.
It looks like I can't tell what the flag is. They're running the clock, though. The ref's trying to run the clock.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to call the half. I can't tell what the flag is for, but it looks like they're going to actually call the half.
Huh. Yeah, the Kimberly players are a little bit confused, it looks like. And
I don't think the white hat saw the flag on the near sideline.
Yeah.
As it looks like there still might be one more play in the half. Again, I don't know what the penalty is. They called it illegal formation, it looks like, as this will likely end the half. Penalties decline, and that will...
Yeah, that'll run the clock.
Oh, they have 6 seconds. 4. We'll see if they can run it. 2. There's a lot of confusion going on right now, as 10 seconds.
Oh, my.
with the clock stopped, I think that should be the end of the half. I think it's a 10-second runoff for those penalties. But where he declined the penalty, I actually don't know. If he had accepted the penalty, I think that does result in a 10-second runoff.
Yeah, Kimberly is very, very disgruntled if you can't hear through our headsets. But
regardless, it's the end of the half. 7-14 is the score in favor of the Diggers. We are going to run our halftime show, and we'll be back to you. It's homecoming here tonight at Kimberly High School. Stay with us.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
So, what's next? Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this. Check out in-demand jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is...
All right, interruption to your halftime show. We have had a change in what just barely happened. There was some confusion between the refs. They talked about it after they had waved off Sugar Salem and waved off Kimberly to go to their halftime. They realized that there still was a little bit of time on the clock. I have my theories as to why there's still time on the clock. I can't say that I am fully educated in these rules, as well as they're saying 10.
yeah.
I can't say that I'm fully educated in what this is. I think that it's because it's an illegal formation. They are going to actually march them back. Where the penalty was declined, the clock was supposed to run, but they had already sent out Sugar, and so they are now going to accept the penalty, putting them back. I don't know. I have my theory. I don't even know how to explain it, but regardless, all that I know is there is now 10 seconds on the clock. It's 3rd and 7 as they're going to redo that. And Kimberly basically gets another chance to.
Yeah. No. Just to
get back in this one.
In short, a lot of confusion, and Sugar Salem thought they got away into the half, but now the clock is running.
And I think they're going to stop it at 4, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Oh, 6, I think is what they want. Looks like it's going to be 6 seconds, according to what I can see from the ref.
Yep.
We'll see if that actually. You never know with scoreboards. They always when they show different, I always get scared because I've worked at a game before when I was in college. It was a college basketball game at Idaho State where the clock was put in wrong, and it was not a fun thing for those of us that were working to have to deal with. And regardless, 6 seconds on the clock, 3rd and 7. So they really have 2 plays here, as this will likely be a jump ball to Osterman, I think. Oh, no, instead it's going to be a throw up the middle to Barrett, but he gets blown up by number 7, Ben Hegewald.
Yeah.
Great play by Hegewald, as I fully expected that to be a fader out to Titus Osterman.
I thought the same thing.
And instead, Hegewald, I mean, he was all but open, or Joe Barrett was all but open.
Yeah, he just couldn't reel the ball in, it looked like.
as this will be Eddie Paz coming for the field goal. And he missed it wide left.
Oh.
And after all that, we are going to still sit with the score 14-7 in favor of the Sugar Salem Diggers. We'll run the halftime show once again, and we'll be back after these messages to give a recap of the first half.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
So, what's next? Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this. Check out in-demand jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, apprenticeships, K-12 education, and student loan repayment nationwide. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org to learn more.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles.
Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange,
And not all our steaks are ribeyes.
but wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road.
Belts strapped and dreams packed.
No distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
We're Valleywide Cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Once again, we have contributed to your Ideal College Savings Program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Ideal. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. I love it.
College costs money.
Welcome back to Kimberly High School, as the first half ended in just about the craziest way that we possibly could. What happened, from our understanding, was that there was a penalty with 10 seconds left. Originally, Sugar Salem had declined the penalty, which meant that the clock needs to run, and the Kimberly offense was on the field ready to run the play. The refs originally ruled that the half was over based on that, but there is no 10-second runoff in that situation, I guess. I thought there was, but I guess there wasn't.
Right.
And they had already sent Sugar Salem off, so I think in the order of fairness, they brought Sugar Salem back. At that point, Sugar said, well, we're going to accept the penalty. If we're going to be out here anyways, we're going to accept the penalty, which put Kimberly back 5 yards, setting them up for 3rd and 7. They missed a pass up the middle. Great play by Higewald on the Diggers side. And then just a wide left kick by Kimberly. And really, I think that it'll be interesting to out of halftime to see how both teams respond to that, because Sugar was absolutely fired up with that, because I think they kind of took it as, well, you brought us back out here and we still were able to stop you. Whereas Kimberly probably felt a little wronged in the situation, and then it was like, well, but you also left the field when we were supposed to be running a play. And so I'd expect to see some fireworks in the second half from both of them. Sugar will start with the ball, but overall it was a really fast first quarter and not a very fast second quarter.
Yeah.
Both teams possessing the ball quite a bit. But what do you think? What do you think of that first half, Tyson?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you that Sugar Salem is going to be coming into the second half with a lot of momentum, but just based on the defensive output that they had at the end of the second quarter. Because like you said, they stopped that pass. Great play right there. And then also Kimberly didn't make the field goal, so that's just a little cherry on top, I feel like, for Sugar going into this. Little extra on top with that is they get the ball going into this half. So they're able to do their thing, which they've done a really good job of running the ball. Not a whole lot of big runs, but just solid running the ball. And then almost every time they switch up to pass, Kimberly hasn't done an amazing job of containing those receivers. They've always seemed to get yards or a touchdown out of those plays. For Kimberly, though, they're doing a good job moving the ball as well. I just think the Sugar defense is a little bit more tuned in to what they're doing, especially now that they got they know McCray is playing, they know Bruning is playing, so now that they got that out of the way, they're able to just play their brand of football. But yeah, that's the big thing. And also credit to Kimberly's defense for being able to better contain the middle for those runs that Sugar's been making. So
yeah, I mean, who knows what these halftime adjustments will be. Like you said, not a lot of passes thrown from Sugar, but they have had both their touchdowns have been passing. Scoring summary from the first half. It all started on the first drive. Kimberly was able to take it all the way to the end zone on a jump ball touchdown pass from McCray Bruning to Titus Osterman. It was an 8-yard pass at the 8:24 mark. In the second quarter, so we didn't have any scoring from the 8:24 mark until the 7:31 mark in the second quarter, which was a 27-yard touchdown pass to Chappelle from Fillmore. And then 76-yard touchdown pass just before halftime with about just a little under 3 minutes left was that Caden Nate 76-yard touchdown pass from Fillmore. Is that, I believe that was on a 3rd and 6 or something along those lines, but it wasn't necessarily an expected pass play. Fillmore was rushed, had to get out of the pocket, and found Nate, and Nate evaded his first tackler and took it all the way to the end zone. That is the scoring output of the first half. We have just about 2 minutes left. We'll show our plays of the week here on IdahoSports.com before we come back here for second half action here at Kimberly. Stay with us here on IdahoSports.com.
Set, tosses the ball, and gives it right off to Zion. Zion has one blocker, makes one man miss.
Oh, no.
And oh boy, made that man miss, and he is gone. Zion Crockett showing off the speed. As the handoff again is the Hammond, and he has a lead blocker, and Hammond cuts it outside. He's at the 50, he's at the 40, he's at the 30. He's got one man to beat. And stiff arm, touchdown.
Called ball starter, kick is up.
Blocked, and it's blocked.
For Keenan motion, Landmark rolling to the near side. Spinning off the runners, and still on his feet, breaking away. Lofted Landmark. Has to get past Covington. Down the sideline, put on the brakes, and stepped out. Rolling out. Looking to throw. Finds Greaser. No one's going to catch him this time. Ace Greaser into the end zone for a touchdown.
Bottom, looking to receive, he's looking to pass, he's not going to get anything, so he's going to keep it. Now he throws it away and gets a receiver midfield. He's going to go down, he's past the 20, he's going to get to almost the 10. And it's going to be intercepted by the Diamondbacks, and it's going to go at pick 6. Touchdown, Diamondbacks. That's number 45, Boyd.
To the 15-yard line, up to the 30, 35, to the 40, 45, 50, 45. He could go all the way. Got one man to beat. Touchdown, McCall, Dogleg.
Receiver low, fakes the handoff. Hoffman rolls out to the top of the screen, has a man open. That's complete. And staying in bounds and breaking a tackle and taking it to the house. Touchdown, Middleton.
Hands it off up the middle, gets outside, and he's got plenty of green grass. Can he outrun? He will, the last defender. And there it is, number 5 for the massive run, Laramie Lara.
Welcome back as we are nearing the end of halftime here at Kimberly. We want to give a special thanks to our power boosters.
Yeah, the power boosters for Kimberly is Stanley, the Roof Resource, Vitaglow of Idaho, and then for Sugar Salem's power boosters, we got Grand Peaks Affordable Quality Healthcare, Pocock Trucking, Taylor Chevrolet, Crapo Trucking, the Roofing Resource, Flam Funeral Home, Sunglow of Idaho Incorporated, Pro Pete Fertilizer. Those are your power boosters for both teams.
Special thanks to our power boosters. We're always thankful for your support and also the support that you receive from IdahoSports.com as well. We will talk a little bit more in a few minutes about what it takes to become a power booster, but we have our opening kickoff here in the second half as Paz will send this one deep all the way to the end zone for a touchback, maybe taking a little bit of anger out on the football after that missed field goal to end the first half. The Diggers will set up shop here at the 20-yard line. We talked about it a little bit off air during halftime. Last week, Frank Fillmore, 24 yards passing. His very first touchdown pass today was 27 yards, so he got more in that one pass, and then he had a 76-yard touchdown pass. So he has over 100 yards passing today. On the season, only 378 passing yards in 4 games, so less than 100 per game, and they did it in the first half with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, really good job right there. Some good extra luck with them throwing the ball too.
Fillmore will start with 2 in the backfield as he'll hand this one off to Tonks. Tonks is going to be brought down on the play by number 3, Liam Browning. First time we've called his name tonight. Browning doing a lot of damage on defense. Also gets a little bit of action carrying the football this season as well. Someone who I thought maybe we'd see in the backfield a little bit, but Witten has really done a good job back there carrying the football for Kimberly. Gets the tackle there, but it'll be a gain of 5 as we talked about in the first half. That's all they want Tonks to do, is carry the football for 4 to 5 yards every single play. We'll see if they go to him again here on second down. Instead, it will be Fillmore sweeping left. He's got room to spare, too, and he's going to go for a first down brought down by Quentin Pettengill, but not before he gets the line to gain, 7-yard gain by Fillmore.
Yeah, and going back to Tonks, he's done a really good job at doing his role this game. Those 4 to 6 yard runs, just a quick little note right there that he's been doing a good job in his role.
Absolutely. Fillmore once again with Clark and Tonks in the backfield. He's going to fake this one to Tonks, and he's going to have room to spare on the outside. Can Hernandez get him? He does, but I think they're going to get Ace Clark with the hold on the outside. I think he was holding Osterman, it looked like, as that'll go back 10 yards. As Kimberly catches a little bit of a break there, as Fillmore had back-to-back great runs.
Yeah, he looked a little bit more sure of himself running the ball this time as opposed to the first half where he looked like he was going a little bit slower, but now kind of sped it up.
Yeah, on the season, Fillmore, 43 carries, 243 yards, 2 touchdowns. He actually is the second leading carrier on the team behind Tonks. Only 8 less carries than Tonks coming into this one, as Tonks has really had I don't have the official stats for this game in front of me, but at least 6 or 7 more carries than Fillmore, as they'll go 5 wide here on 1st and 14. Traditionally, I've passed it here or ran up the middle. And it's going to be a screen to the left, actually, as this will be brought down by Joe Barrett. On the catch was number 9, Sam Chappelle. Chappelle had the 27-yard touchdown catch earlier in the second quarter. Picks up 9, 2nd and 6 here. And I failed to mention earlier that Kimberly traditionally has not scored very well in the second quarter. They've done most of the damage in the first and third quarter, whereas Sugar is the middle of the game, 2nd and 3rd. They really crave in the meat of the game, as we see Fillmore take off on his own number here and almost gets the first down, 3rd and 1. We saw this in the first half when it was 3rd and 1 that the Bulldogs were able to come up big and make 2 stops on Fillmore QB sneaks. We'll see if they go with that call once again, or if Tonks will get the call, or maybe they'll go to the outside. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, it'd be pretty interesting to see what they do, because pretty wide open, even though they mostly run the ball. They've done a good job both running and throwing.
Yeah, in the middle really been mucked up a little bit more since the first quarter. This will be a handoff to Tonks, though, as I think he got the line to gain just barely.
Yeah, and to your point with what you just said, Kimberly's done a better job of clogging up the middle, not making it easier for these runs up the middle for Sugar.
Yeah, I think on the tackle there was number 63, Jack Watson. Watson, along with Caden Dilly, the sophomore, have really done a good job up front, along with a host of others, making sure that there is nothing more than 3 or 4 yards. This is going to be a handoff to Clark as he finds a little bit of a gap. About a 6-yard gain for Clark, as that's kind of what we've become accustomed to seeing from Clark. I don't recall many times tonight that he hasn't had at least 5 or 6 yards when he's touched the ball.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Not a whole lot of, even a few times where he's had nowhere to go, he's at least been able to push forward a few yards. So good running by him all night tonight.
Oh, hard count. I don't believe they quite got the nose tackle to jump. 2nd and 5. 7:52 and counting here, as that'll be another first down run for Tonks. Oh, actually Clark on the run.
Yep. Yeah, Sugar right now just playing their game, ground and pound their way to first downs.
Yeah, and how long will they be able to possess the ball here in this third quarter is the question. That is one benefit of starting with the ball, or choosing to defer for the second half. This will be a fake, and Fillmore trying to beat the edge as he's going to get rocked with the leg tackle. Kenny Hernandez taken out Fillmore's legs there, but a gain of about 4 for Fillmore. He might fill that one a little more tomorrow. Good tackle, though, by Hernandez. Good pursuit as well by Witten.
Yeah.
But again, there haven't been hardly any plays this quarter thus far that have been negative, apart from the penalty for the Diggers, as they continue to do just along with their game plan. sustaining long drives. And right as I say that, great pursuit and great tackle, kind of a team tackle there by Witten as long with Jack Watson.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good example of how they're doing a better job clogging up the middle. That's a great example right there.
And it's decision time for the Sugar offenses. We've seen them on these situations choose to go with a more traditional spread offense look here on 3rd and long. This is about 3rd and medium. They haven't had a lot of these tonight. Looks like they're going to go just with their normal formation with 3 in the backfield. Fillmore under center, as he will give this up to Tonks, and Tonks has room to spare. He's going to go for a first down. Great run there by Kimball Tonks.
Yeah, and I think Tonks is just so effective because he does a really good job of just putting his head down and trudging forward, getting these yards for Sugar. So
Tonks really living up to his role.
Yeah.
And, I'm just looking at the notes again that we put together throughout the week from Coach Richens. He talked about how it's so important to sustain long drives, run the football, and win the time of possession. And right now they are absolutely destroying the Bulldogs in time of possession. They have had the ball for 7 minutes here in the second half. Tonks, though, is going to get blown up, but I think he's actually going to fight for just enough to get back to the line of scrimmage. It looked like he first got hit in the backfield 2 or 3 yards back by a couple different Kimberly defensive linemen, but he is able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, those defensive linemen got in the backfield pretty handily, but Tonks using that strength to push back to the line of scrimmage. So good job on both ends.
2nd and 10. They have Sugar has not had very many 2nd and 10s tonight. We'll see if they go. Yep, they do. Go into the shotgun. It looks like Tonks will be back there with Fillmore. Motion, as this will be a handoff to Chappelle. Chappelle is going to get lit up, though. Great tackle.
Yeah.
Open field tackle. I think that was number 50, if I'm not mistaken. Trying to see numbers on the field. Correction, number 60. No, I think I was right. 50. Hiram Milton.
Yeah.
Great play by Milton. Only a sophomore. Coming up big there. 3rd and long. 3rd and 14. Again, not many of these for Sugar on the night. As Fillmore will drop back to pass. He's going to look right, look left, run to the side. He's directing defenders, and he got laid out. Ace Clark with the catch. And can he get all the way to the end zone? He does. 39-yard touchdown. Ace Clark, and shout out Frank Fillmore. He got rocked on that throw.
Yeah, but he's up and celebrating. He's already in the end zone. He's hopping around. That hit was nothing compared to that touchdown for Sugar. So really good job to the receiver as well. And again, huge passing play for Sugar. That's their 3rd touchdown just off passing. All 3 touchdowns just passing.
Yeah, another IdahoSports.com play of the week potential. Ace Clark, absolutely human highlight film. PAT good. 21-7 now. As the Diggers continue to add to their lead. This is exactly where they were last week against Star Valley. They were up 21-7 in that 3rd quarter. Star Valley also a team that throws the ball around a lot. Very similar play style to Kimberly. So almost a redemption opportunity for Sugar, playing a team that they will likely face in the playoffs, assuming Kimberly stays on the trajectory that they are and that they have throughout the years.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that some of these Sugar Salem coaches are doing that exact same thing, reminding those players of what happened last week and, being able to prove it here that they're not that same team they were last week, allowing comebacks like that to happen. So I agree with you. I think this will be a great chance for them to have their little redemption arc and do it against a similar team like Kimberly. So.
And then on the Kimberly side,
you know, you look at that and you say, okay, we just barely watched film all week of a team that lost a game when they were up 21-7 in the third quarter. What can we do to respond to the same deficit? As this kick will go deep into the end zone, it's going to be a touchback. Barrett receives it just a step inside of his end zone. And with that being said, Kimberly 2-2 on the season, but I'm just going to reel us back a little bit because the very first game, no Bruning, Gunnar Beckstead goes out early. They end up losing pretty handedly to Fruitland. Fruitland very well could be the best team in the state. They have looked awesome this year. They have a great veteran team. Titus Vidlak, one of the best quarterbacks in the state. And their other loss was to Homedale, who is number 3 in the state. So they have plenty of good games on their resume. They have had a gauntlet of a schedule, and still no conference games played yet. They will have to play Buell in a couple weeks. Yeah. And Buell always tough as well, right there in the top 5 with Kimberly and Sugar. And, you know, I'm excited to see what both of these teams do throughout the rest of the season, and especially once it comes playoff time.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see.
2nd and 8 as Bruning will drop back to pass. He's looking deep, and he does have a man. I think they might get some pass interference. They do. I believe the guilty party over there was number 3, Wayne Caffrey, as him and Joe Barrett were hand fighting a little bit down the field. Typically, that's going to be called on the defense, and it is in this case. 15-yard penalty will give an automatic first down for the Bulldogs. And really, I think that's the first pass interference we've had in any of the games we've covered
yes.
in the first couple of weeks throughout the season.
Yeah, and just not a good play right there for the Sugar defense. They've done a really good job on defense, but stuff like that, making it easy for Kimberly, is not something they want to do.
Bruning with 4 receivers to the top of the screen. Kenny Hernandez on the lower part. He is open, but that's going to, it looks like it was a crossing route with Hernandez and Osterman. Osterman went to jump, but it was just a little bit over his head. Osterman looking for help from the officials as to why that wasn't called pass interference. I think he kind of ran into the Sugar defender that was guarding Hernandez.
Yeah, and that Sugar defender had no idea Osterman was there, so
incidental contact.
Pretty easy call right there.
Yeah. 2:51 left in the third quarter. Dallin Fryer here on IdahoSports.com, along with Tyson Chapman on camera and color commentary. We're happy to be here tonight in Kimberly, Idaho. Thank you so much to those at Kimberly for having us here. We've been here both home games so far this season, as this will be Witten. He's going to be dragged down, though, for a minimal rush on the tackle. I believe was number 74, Dax Robury. Robury, one of the bigger players on the field. Shouted him out earlier when Bruning threw an interception earlier in the ballgame, as he was right in the face of Bruning, causing a little bit of discomfort to him and making the pass a little bit high. 3rd and 9 here, 2:15 and counting, as he's going to look left and then throw right. A lot of great blocks down the field, but not quite enough for the first down. On the reception, I believe, was Pettengill. It was. It's going to be 4th and a long 1. I believe they'll go for this one. We'll see what they bring up here, as we're going to see a timeout from Sugar. We'll take it with you and be back for more coverage here on IdahoSports.com.
Life can change. Your health insurance should keep up. Things like moving, losing your job or current coverage, or having a baby means you could qualify for new coverage and savings from a tax credit. At Your Health Idaho, you can compare plans and see how much you can save on your monthly premium. Make sure to apply and enroll within 60 days of the change. More coverage, less cost. Only at yourhealthidaho.org. See how much you could save.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Welcome back as Kimberly has a 4th and 2 here with 1:44 left in the third quarter. Very big play for the Bulldogs as Sugar took so much of the clock here in the third quarter. Kimberly desperately needing a first down as Burning will go up the middle, and I think he got it. Yep, he did. Just a QB keeper up the middle for 2 yards. And, you know, I know there's only 7 points on the board, but I've really been impressed by Burning tonight. His first game back at quarterback after breaking his thumb just before the season. First action he's had without the cast, as he's been battling out in the field as a wide receiver a little bit. And, made a couple tough throws, but overall has really showed a lot of toughness, not being afraid to run up the middle, not being afraid to – he doesn't just go down, you know, if somebody's coming into him, showing his toughness out there. And I think we'll just see nothing but good coming from Burning throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, I agree with that. And if I would have just came to this game not knowing anything, I would have never guessed that he broke his thumb earlier this season.
Yeah.
So that's really, really cool that he's back out here with a lot of confidence, it looks like. So love to see that.
Yeah, definitely a leader of this team. Threw for 1,800 yards last year and 27 touchdowns. First team all-conference here in the Great Basin League. As he's looking deep here. He does have a man in Pettingill, but it's good coverage over by number 9, Chappelle. Sam Chappelle, the junior, has really been impressing me in the secondary, but also great job a couple times on the offensive side as well. Even though several seniors on this Sugar Salem squad also littered with juniors, a great junior class, and that's something that you see a lot at Sugar. I'm just even looking at their roster right now. The only sophomore on the entire roster is Walter Fillmore, who is their best defensive player. And everybody else is a junior or a senior, and that's with a team that lost 6 all-state performers last year. Just absolutely amazing what they've been able to do at Sugar. As Burning nowhere to go, he's going to be sacked and brought down by number 50, Matthew Madsen, the junior.
Yeah. Huge right there for the Sugar Salem defensive line. They've always done a good job tonight creating pressure for Bruning, but right there was just the frosting on the cake. Get back there and causing a sack.
Pettingill back to punt. I don't think we'll see any sort of fake here, as it is 4th and 18. Just as the quarter is about to expire. Great punt by Pettingill. We'll see if that goes all the way to the end zone again, as it's going to check up right at the 4. Exactly what Kimberly would hope for with the punt here. It was the end of the third quarter. As we go into the fourth quarter here on IdahoSports.com, stay with us, folks.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Power boosters. Power boosters for Kimberly are Stanley, the Roof Resource, Vita Glow of Idaho. And our power boosters for Sugar Salem is Grand Peaks Affordable Quality Healthcare, Pocock Trucking, Taylor Chevrolet, Crapo Trucking, The Roof Resource, Flam Funeral Home, Sunglow of Idaho Incorporated, Pro Pete Fertilizer. Those are your power boosters for both teams.
Yeah, speaking of power boosters, becoming a power booster on IdahoSports.com is a great way for you and your business to be seen by tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of current and potential clients and customers. And the best part, it's 100% tax deductible. Just email sales@IdahoSports.com, and within 24 hours, your business can be proudly seen on your favorite schools' team schedules, rosters, and conference standings. Thank you to our power boosters, and join with us today on IdahoSports.com. Fourth quarter action for you. Sugar will start at their own 4-yard line, as they will, looks like they're just going to sneak right up the middle. Maybe a fumble as well. That could have been a very big play for Kimberly.
Yeah, that would have been
they were able
huge.
to come up with the fumble recovery there, but nonetheless, just a 2nd and 10 it will be for the Diggers from their own 4. And they took about 7-8 minutes off the clock on their first possession. Actually, correction, they took almost 9 minutes. They took 8. I've got to think of my math. 8:28 off the clock in that third quarter on their first drive. There's only been 2 drives this whole entire second half. And you know that the Bulldogs do not want to see that happen again. It'll be 3rd and 7, I believe. 3rd and 8, we'll call it. 3rd and 8 with 11 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Again, last week, hate to bring it up over and over again for Sugar fans, but it was 21-7 going into the fourth quarter in favor of Sugar.
Yeah.
And they were not able to hold on. It was as Star Valley scored 21 unanswered. Kimberly looking to do the same this week, and Sugar looking to avenge that loss. As this will be Fillmore under center. He's going to actually fake, and they're going to go deep, it looks like. He does have a man, but just over the outstretched arms of number 11, David Carlson. I believe that was number 4, Tucker Murillo, over on the coverage. Good job by him staying disciplined, as that could have been detrimental to that could have essentially ended the ball game.
Yeah,
if they were able to pull that off.
That would have been the dagger for sure.
Instead, Ace Clark will punt from his own end zone. Have to have a good snap here if you're the Diggers. 4th and 8. Clock stopped at 10:21. Clark gets this one. Oh, almost blocked. It actually might have been partially blocked. And that's going to go out of bounds at the 27-yard line. I think it actually might have been just partially blocked.
Yeah.
The way that it was spinning. It almost was spinning sideways.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if it went off of his foot weird or if it got tipped, but not the most ideal punt for Sugar on that one.
Yeah, nonetheless, though, the defense has been stepping up big on this side of the field with their red zone defense. Ending right at the end of the first half, they were able to put a stop to a Kimberly drive that really seemed like it was going to at least put a field goal on the board. But instead, it's 7-21 here in the fourth quarter. 10:14 left on the clock as Bruning sets up shop. He sees Pettingill right across the middle on a good slant pattern all the way to the 11-yard line. First down, Kimberly.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Kimberly needs, is a nice, good play like that. And
first time we've seen Pettingill get a lot of space, it feels like.
yes, that was the first time I've seen any of the receivers have a ton of space.
Bruning's going to look to the corner of the end zone. This is Osterman. What a catch! Titus Osterman. 11-yard touchdown. As just like that, it is a one-possession game here.
Yeah.
The exact same play they scored on in the first half.
Yeah, and Osterman again, laying out, getting up, grabbing that ball, scoring a touchdown, doing what he does best.
Because it feels like we just had play after play of potential IdahoSports.com plays of the week. Great play by Titus Osterman, and it feels like both times that I've said there's going to be a play of the week, very next there's another play that just makes it bigger as we see some fireworks actually. I don't know if we'll be able to get that on camera, but there's some big fireworks here in Kimberly tonight.
Yeah,
as I'm sure they've been waiting to set this off ever since it got dark. First time they're able to do here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, bring out the fireworks. Now we got a game back here in Kimberly. Only a one touchdown game, so you can feel a little bit more excitement now, especially on the Kimberly side. Now that they've got stuff figured out, you got a touchdown.
And again, this is where Sugar shows why they are the best team in the state every single year. Because if they're able to put together a long possession like they did in the third quarter, this game is all but over by the time that Kimberly gets the ball again. But Kimberly just put a stop deep in their own territory did a great job. Only 2 plays. They score a touchdown. And it's a one-possession ball game, folks.
Yeah, my guess is that Sugar's probably just going to take the ball slow, waste as much time like they were trying to do.
Paz going to, actually, this is going to be returnable for Chappelle, as he's got room to spare, as he just about catches the corner. On the tackle was number 20, Will Vanderkooy, the senior.
Yeah. Hard to say, but if he wouldn't have slowed down, that might have been a little bit harder.
Maybe the aroma of fireworks maybe slowed him down just a little bit, as I'm catching a little bit of it here in the booth. Thanks again to Kimberly High School for allowing us to be here. Zach Dong and company doing a great job at putting a great product here at Kimberly. Such great support by the fans. Great traveling crowd as well by Sugar. And just a great atmosphere here on a Friday night homecoming at Kimberly High School. 9:44 left as Fillmore will start in the shotgun. This snap's going to get by him. And he is able to cover it up. In pursuit was Monroe Witten. And disaster almost occurred once again for Sugar. Instead, maybe a mini disaster. We'll see what happens after this, as this will be second and very long. The scoreboard operator trying to calculate the yardage. Thank you for him doing it, because I definitely couldn't based on where they were. 2nd and 23 for the Sugar Salem Diggers. Is not an ideal place to be if you're a Diggers fan. Fillmore in the shotgun once again. Back-to-back plays. You don't see that very often. He's going to actually find a man. Oh, almost caught, though. Great defensive play by Joe Barrett, making sure that Peyton Blazer does not get his hands on that one. I really wonder how many times this year Sugar has been in shotgun 2 plays in a row. Or 3 if you count. No. They weren't in shotgun the last possession. So 2 plays in a row from shotgun. Yeah. And 3rd and 23 here. I would expect them to obviously try to get the yardage to play, but also you don't want to commit a turnover. You don't want to get sacked. We'll see what the play call is here with a 7-point lead. 8:52 on the clock. They also haven't taken any clock with these plays. Shotgun once again is the call. Tonks joins Fillmore in the backfield, as Fillmore is going to launch this deep just over the outstretched arms of number 25, Caden Nate. Nate with a long touchdown earlier today of 76 yards. 3 and out for Sugar.
And that's huge for Kimberly. That's exactly what they needed. And very, very scary for Sugar on that one. That is the exact opposite of what they were trying to achieve in this possession. And I know that for a fact.
Only 1 minute and 8 seconds go off the clock as well.
Yeah, that is as compared to theirs. Almost 9-minute possession that they had last.
Punt was almost blocked last time. Probably not as intensive a punt block this time. Osterman tries to get over the man, though, to do so. Does not. Good punt by Clark, as this will pin them back at the 45-yard line. Setting up shop, and I mean, the Kimberly offense has to be feeling confident right now.
Yeah, they're definitely going to try and rally right here, and they have all the momentum to do what they want to do on the offensive end. So it'll be really, really interesting and maybe exciting to see what they can do against the Sugar defense. And maybe we'll have a nail biter on our hands.
Gut check time for the Sugar Salem Digger defense, as 2 passes and a score was the last possession for Bruning and company. Hard count to no avail, as they'll look to the sideline once again for their play. Looks like Witten in the backfield with Bruning, as this will be a pass right to Joe Barrett. Barrett really hasn't had a ton of action tonight on the offensive side. Has been the intended receiver many times. Couple quick passes. First time we've really seen him in the open field. 9 yards, nearly a first down on first down. 2nd and 1.
Yeah, good play right there by Barrett. Catching the ball, staying composed and getting forward.
Bruning in pistol formation. Witten behind him. This has been a lot of Monroe Witten time whenever it's a short situation, and they'll go to him here as he powers his way for a first down. 3-yard gain on the play. 7:55 on the clock. And one score away from knotting up this game is Kimberly. As they look to the sideline for the play call. And that's what these fast offenses can do for you. When it's working, it is working. And the last few plays, it has definitely been working for Bruning. Bruning to Hernandez. This bounces up. It's going to be picked off by Walt Fillmore. Fillmore gets the break that the Diggers need as he's going to be brought down at the 44-yard line. Walt Fillmore, right place, right time for the second time tonight, I believe.
I think so. I apologize to those listening that I screamed in the mic, but that was a crazy play right there. And excellent heads up on the Sugar Salem defense to track that ball and get the interception. Just crazy bad luck for Kimberly right there, going through the receiver's hands, popped up off of his shoulder pad, and turnover for Kimberly. Exactly what Sugar Salem needed to get the ball back. And now they got some more field behind them and only about half the field in front of them. So
handoff up the middle. I believe this was Tonks on the carry once again. Going to be a gain of about 3. And if you're Kimberly, you got to trust what you've been doing defensively. Don't worry about what just barely happened with the turnover. And if you're Sugar, you got a gift handed to you. You got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because Kimberly's done better as the game has gone on, defensively stopping what Sugar has done, but they got to just keep doing that, because that's been their thing of why this game is so close.
6:44 and counting. Kimberly with all 3 timeouts. In the shotgun is Fillmore, as he'll take this one right up the middle. On the tackle is Browning, along with a few others, Osterman included underneath. 3rd and just about 5. You have to imagine this very well could be 4-down territory as well, as they are just at the 50-yard line. 6:14.
Yeah. If they're able to get some good yardage, maybe not the first down, but 4th down and close, I wouldn't be too surprised if maybe they went for it or whatever, but.
Now the defense has been good for Sugar, and so pinning them deep could pay off, but obviously if you're a Digger, you want to get the first down here, and I think Coach Richens sees that and wants to get a timeout, talk to his players for a minute. We'll take the timeout with you. Stay with us here for some 4A football action here on IdahoSports.com.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Make memories that last a lifetime by owning the digital game file of this game for just $15. Just click the download archives button to order yours. Depending on what happens in this game, there might be several of these players on either side that were wanting to download this game. You can do so on IdahoSports.com by clicking the download archives button. 3rd and 5. Fillmore under center. He's going to hand it off as he finds a lane. This is number 21. Peyton Blazer. I had to look at the roster because I think this is his first carry of the whole entire game. We mentioned him on defense once, and they threw a deep ball to him last possession. But Blazer coming up big there.
Yeah, quick. Very fitting last name, Blazer, because he was blazing. He looked pretty quick out there. But yeah, excellent run right there for him.
Senior running back. He's going to stay on the field as I believe Clark is off the field right now, which I can't say happens very often. This will be a handoff up the middle to Tonks. Tonks is going to drive his legs for about 2. And as I look to the sideline, it looks like I don't see Ace Clark. We did this last game with Gunnar Beckstead, trying to spot him when an injury must have happened. We don't see Ace Clark. If we hear anything or hear any type of update, we will let you know. But as of now, no Ace Clark in the game for Sugar, as they will continue to let the clock wind down. 4:33 and counting, as they will look, as Fillmore will look to that back judge to see how much time he has. They want to take the whole clock here, as he will here. This is Blazer again. Blazer finds a hole, and Peyton Blazer,
he is screaming
impressing here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Trying to seal the game for the Diggers.
Yeah, right there was a good example of like shooting through those gaps, and he is a quick guy. So Kimberly was trying to reach after him, go through those gaps super quick, and he was able to just make it second, third level off that run, just being so fast.
Fillmore again wanting to take as much time as he can. I can see Ace Clark on the sideline now. Looks like he was pointing to his leg. I wonder if he's just cramping up a little bit. But it hasn't been a problem for the Diggers as Blazer has taken off. Fillmore once again using the whole clock, 1st and 10. Motion as Tonks will take it up the middle. He's going to gain about 2. And it's almost timeout time for the Bulldogs. Looks like they'll continue to wait on those. Fillmore takes his time back to the huddle. 3:16 and counting. 2nd and 8 here on their 18-yard line. This is more than likely field goal range for Teckert. Very good kicker. First team out conference last year. Lefty. Fillmore will take this hand off to Blazer, who's had a lot of success finding holes, and he does there. Not quite as big as he has the last several carries, but still able to get to a 3rd and short. It's going to be about 3rd and 2.
Yeah, I think Kimberly's defense calibrated his speed finally, so making it a little bit harder for him on that one.
You know, and now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, it seems silly that, I mean, I don't know if Ace Clark is injured or not, but it almost seems silly that Blazer isn't running the football here because he's been so effective.
Yes.
And maybe just the the Michael Jordan of this moment closing the game. Fillmore will once again look to the official for the count. Handoff to Tonks. Tonks is able to find his way for a first down. He might even score, and he does.
Yep.
12-yard touchdown for Tonks here, extending the lead with just 1:56 left.
Yeah, well-deserved for Tonks, too. He's been working all night, getting good yardage, and he gets his touchdown. So well-deserved for Tonks on that one.
Tonks only 1 touchdown on the season coming into this one. And even though he has 51 carries before this game and has had what feels like 51 carries tonight as well,
yeah,
really doesn't always get the recognition in the touchdown column that he deserves. And he really puts an exclamation point on this one for the Diggers, bringing the score to 28-14. Not over, though, I'll say, because Kimberly, very good passing team, obviously, can get the ball downfield very fast, burning great arm strength. They have Osterman for jump balls. They have Barrett for speed. They have Hernandez for speed. Lots of great receivers out there, but would have to obviously score fairly quickly, get an onside kick. You never know what can happen with those. Last week, Kimberly was in a very similar situation in their 21-28 defeat against Homedale. They scored with 1:02 left, but could not convert the onside kick as it was a long onside kick. The way that they did it, Paz kicked it more towards the other 40, and they really wanted the speed. Their guys were not quite able to get there. So very similar situation for Kimberly that they were in last week. Obviously hoping for a good return here by Joe Barrett are the Bulldogs. Markle, though, has had a number of touchbacks. We'll see if there is one here. Barrett just a foot inside the end zone, and he puts his head up in the sky, really wishing the ref would have been able to let him try to make an impact on the game right there. Instead, it'll be a touchback based on high school rules. Any ball is in the end zone is a touchback. Great night here for some 4A football. Looking ahead, both teams are on bye next week. Well-deserved after a hard-fought battle that they've had tonight. On the 3rd, Kimberly will go to Filer, and Sugar will go to Preston. As this will be a hook and ladder from Hernandez. Hernandez going to Barrett. Good hook and ladder right there.
Yeah, good execution on it. And
but also kudos to Sugar for not being too fooled by it, able to still make a stop there. 10 seconds off the clock from when they started their possession. Bruning drops back to pass, and he's going to see Osterman across the middle. It was almost picked off by Clark, or by Fillmore actually out there.
Yeah.
Didn't see Fillmore out there, so I do wonder if there is a little bit of an injury to Clark. He did hold for the PAT, but Fillmore, we haven't seen him out on the defensive side too often tonight. But Frank Fillmore, nonetheless, almost picked that ball off.
Yeah, pretty scary right there. Osterman's a good target, but not able to reel in the catch. Real scary interception possibility.
Bruning, quick pass to Osterman, it looks like. Osterman's going to fight for 6. They're going to need to go quick. Still have all 3 timeouts, but obviously wanting to save those if they can. Osterman's going to come off the field here on 3rd down. Obviously making sure they can get a 1st down. Bruning's going to go. It's going to be tipped. And it almost got caught by Pettengill. I don't think he expected a ball coming his way right there. The intended receiver originally was number 9, Brady Anderson, who came in for Osterman. But Pettengill technically going to get credited for a drop on that one.
Yeah, I was surprised he even got his hands on the ball. So that was good by Pettengill.
4th and 6. This will be the ball game. If Kimberly is not able to convert here, we'll see what they're able to come up with. Titus Osterman on the sideline, though. Pass across the middle. It's going to be intercepted by Kimball Tonks. It is. Kimball Tonks. Intercepted, putting an exclamation point on the game on the offensive side with a touchdown. And also to finish the game with an interception. Great job by Tonks there to seal this victory as we only have a minute left. 3 timeouts still for Kimberly. We'll see if they use them. But a 28-14 lead for the Diggers. Have to imagine this will be it. And honestly, gutsy performance by the Diggers. They had every reason to lose control of this game there in the 4th quarter, giving up a touchdown right away to start the 4th, and then being pinned in their own territory after the fumble, having to punt, and then the big interception that came from Walt Fillmore.
Yeah, huge plays, and good and bad. So, but the good has done better for the Sugar, so that's the story for tonight, is that they've been able to just reel in and get their things done. Only 1 rushing touchdown, so really out of character, but cool to see for Sugar.
Well, and from the one person who hasn't scored very many touchdowns this year for them in Kimball Tonks.
Yeah.
Just like I was pointing out earlier, both teams on bye next week. I think both of them have definitely earned it tonight in a very hard-fought battle between 2 teams that very well could see each other next year or this season in the state tournament. After that, Kimberly will go to Filer, and Sugar will go to my old stomping grounds in Preston. After that, both teams will start conference play. Or correction, Kimberly will be in conference play with that game against Filer. They'll go to Wood River, and then we will be back here on IdahoSports.com for a battle against Buell, who is also ranked in the top 5 on our IdahoSports.com media poll. That should be a great game here that we will have coverage for you on IdahoSports.com. And then they will finish up the season versus Gooding. A couple more games for Sugar, South Fremont, and Teton. As this will actually be a pass, it looks like. Fillmore is going to go deep. He does have a man. Great play. 38-yard touchdown pass.
Wild.
And that one was completed to Davin Carlson.
Yeah, I guess there's the dagger for Sugar. Quick, unexpected deep ball for them. Yeah, that was surprising. But whatever you got to do to seal the victor, I guess.
And making sure that there was no chance of a comeback. Tucker with the PAT to bring this one to 35-14 after what was just barely a one-score game 2 minutes ago of game time. But what really feels like 20 minutes ago of real time.
Yeah, and Kimberly had a lot of that momentum going into that one-score possession that we had. And I don't know exactly what happened, but you can definitely feel all the momentum has left the Bulldogs, it seems, at the point we're at right now.
Well, and last year, like I talked about earlier, Kimberly beat Sugar 17-14 in the regular season. In the playoffs, Sugar defeated Kimberly 27-0. I almost wonder if that last touchdown was more of a, we know we're going to see you again, just don't forget us. Don't forget us. We have really done a lot tonight to show you what we have. Fillmore has done a great job in the passing game. Again, only 24 yards passing last week.
Right.
And 3 touchdown passes for him tonight. As Marco will kick this one out of the end zone. 47 seconds left for the Bulldogs. We'll see if they're able to put any more points on the board here in the fourth. 35-14. And, you know, a lot of people around the state might look at the score and think that it was a blowout, but it was definitely not a blowout. It was a close game. Kimberly led 7-0 at the beginning, but since then it has been Sugar just playing their game. I think that's the best way to say it. Kimberly kind of been a little bit out of sorts at times. Sugar also been out of sorts at times, but it still feels like it's been on Sugar's pace throughout this entire game as well.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's the big thing. And exactly right. It was always close. But I just think Sugar obviously stuck to their game plan more than Kimberly, so that was the big thing. It was a thing of big plays tonight, and either good or bad. Big plays were the difference.
Bruning going to go to Osterman here. Osterman's going to break one tackle, fight his way just about to the first down marker, as it'll be second and 1. Timeout, Kimberly. We'll take it with you for our last thanks to our sponsor before this one ends. Stay with us, folks.
When it's time to get health insurance, Your Health Idaho is the place to go. It's Idaho's health insurance marketplace where you can shop and compare plans from well-known insurance companies and lower your monthly premium with a tax credit you can't get anywhere else. Plus, certified local agents can find you the right plan for free. More coverage, less cost. Only at yourhealthidaho.org. See how much you could save.
Welcome back. 31 seconds left here in the fourth quarter as Sugar Salem has really exploded here in the fourth quarter to a 35-14 lead, courtesy of a couple touchdowns from Fillmore and Tonks. Bruning going to go out of the pocket here and just throw it to the sideline. That is caught by Joe Barrett for a first down. Clock's going to stop there, so we will see a couple more plays. All right, almost thought they said incomplete. I was going to say, it looked like it was ruled complete on the field, and it is. As they're going to wind the clock here in this one. I don't know if Kimberly knows it, though. 10 seconds left on the clock. This will likely be the last play of the game, barring any penalty. Bruning going to look to the sideline to Barrett. Barrett's going to get the pass completed. 1 second left in this one, as I believe this will be the game. Kimberly goes down 14-35 against Sugar Salem. Sugar Salem showing why they are the #1 team in the state of Idaho. We will be back after these messages for some post-game recap along with our IdahoSports.com player of the game. Stay with us, folks.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text StartMyQuit to 36072.
So, what's next? Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this. Check out in-demand jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, apprenticeships, K-12 education, and student loan repayment nationwide. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org to learn more.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles.
Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Welcome back as we put a bow on this one here in Kimberly as the Kimberly Bulldogs go down 14-35 to the Sugar Salem Diggers. Great matchup tonight between two of the premier schools in 4A. Scoring output for the game. Kimberly got this one started with an 8-yard touchdown pass from Bruning to Osterman. Sugar responded with a 27-yard touchdown pass from Fillmore to Chappelle. Sugar then got their first lead of the game late in the second quarter with a 76-yard touchdown to Caden Nate from Fillmore. In the third quarter, they extended the lead 21-7 on a 39-yard touchdown to Ace Clark from Fillmore. In the fourth quarter, right out of the gates, Osterman jump ball touchdown from Bruning, and Sugar really sealing the game with a couple of big plays by Kimball Tonks. 12-yard touchdown run with 1:56 left, interception after that, and then they capped on a little bit more at the end with a 38-yard touchdown pass to Carlson from Fillmore. What a game there, Tyson. On the scoreboard, it looks like it was a lot more of a blowout, I guess, than it really was, but honestly, Kimberly right there, and I would not be surprised to see both of these teams putting on a great performance throughout the rest of the season and maybe meeting up in the state playoffs as well.
Yeah, I agree 100%. The scoreboard won't show it, just like you said, but close game. Sugar just had a little bit more going for them. That was really about it. The big plays worked their way a lot of the time. Big plays were the story of the game, I think, good or bad. Either benefiting one team or hurting the other. Momentum swings back and forth. That was a huge thing as well. But just really good game here, but scoreboard won't tell the whole story.
Yeah, absolutely. Quick word from our sponsor right here before we award our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Today's Player of the Game is brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game, whether you're on the field or on the road. Be in the moment and free from distractions. Who do we got tonight, Tyson?
Yeah, we got Kimberly Tonks as our player of the game, the unsung hero for the Sugar Salem Diggers. Only one touchdown tonight. However, throughout the game, continually doing his job, pushing the Diggers down the field with excellent running, probably averaging around 4 to 5 yards per rush. So excellent job by him. And then, of course, at the end of the game, the interception to seal the game as a whole by him on the defensive end. So really good game by Kimberly Tonks, going out there doing his role and coming away with a touchdown and interception at the end of the game. So congratulations to Kimberly Tonks, player of the game.
Yeah, side note to Frank Fillmore as well. He really showed out at quarterback and stepped up big down the stretch. Kimberly Tonks really showing his leadership there as the senior running back for these Diggers, carrying the load literally and figuratively as well. This has been an IdahoSports.com Game Streams production of Magic Valley Game Night. Coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Program, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Special thanks to Athletic Director Zach Dong and everyone here at Kimberly High School for their hospitality and help in letting this game get broadcast to you. Congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, Kimberly Tonks, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Thanks again for joining us as the Sugar Salem Diggers defeat the Kimberly Bulldogs by a score of 35-14. For my broadcast partner, Tyson Chapman, and everyone else here behind the scenes at IdahoSports.com, I'm Dallin Fryer saying so long until next time.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com Game Streams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the